So the first clear message that I received when I became a business owner was that we have to stop being a technician. And the book that I read first after Think and Grow Rich was E-Myth by Michael Gerber. And that was the message that I got from that book, was start working as a technician. That's why when I found NPE and they talk about starting to set up systems and stuff, that really clicked with me. So I think that a lot of people don't stop being a technician because they're not clear as to why they wanted to be a business owner instead of a technician. So for me, my big why was we wanted to start a family. So we decided in December that we're going to start trying and going to start to have the family. And I thought that if we really, really, truly wanted to grow and create the vision for ourselves, that we have to become the owner and not the technician. So that is my big why. And let's face it, really no one went into business thinking you're going to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and then at 9 p.m. you're still working, you're still doing admin work in between, and then you're still doing admin work before you go to bed. So that's not fun at all. So in a year and a half into my business, I hired my first trainer. I had morning and evening boot camps, and I had her take over the evening sessions first. So I was still doing the morning sessions, but that took a lot of load out of me because then I'm not waking up early in the morning and still working late at night. And I also hired my part-time admin back then. I think that was all the points that I have for that. So after mega training last year, I set a goal and I posted it on the forums to say that I'm going to get out of training by January of this year. So by December of 2011, I had I hired an intern trainer to finally take over in January. I also set some income goals back then, but I didn't quite meet them. It's probably because I was still training. So net profit suffered a little bit at first, but I think it's because I was still in transition. I was so used to training people that I had all this free time. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I think a lot of people can relate to that. So the benefits I experienced immediately, though, is that I didn't have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. And one of the reasons why I didn't want to work 9 to 5 is because I had a 2.5-hour commute into the city, and I didn't want to do that. So I was still doing it, and it didn't make sense if I were still waking up that early. So that was my big change was, wow, I can wake up now and I can just train and not train clients. I'm training myself instead of them. And then I also love training clients, don't get me wrong. But now it's more of a choice instead of something that I have to do. I don't have to feel obligated that I have to be there for them. And I really made the transition really smoothly because I introduced him as an intern, so they got to know him a little bit. And when I announced that he was going to take over, I told them why I'm doing it, because of starting a family, and I think a lot of our clients can relate to that. So last February, Sean visited us in California and did a workout with Dan John. And he said, so what are you doing now with marketing? And I'm just like, I don't know. So he told me to schedule a phone call with him. And so we did. And we figured out what the things that are already working for me. And so some of those things are doing deals with like Living Social or Groupon, keep doing the client cloner with my current clients and new clients during auto closer, and sending out neighborhood farming letters and referral marketing. So I wouldn't probably have the time to execute all these things if I was still training. And all of these things really required careful thinking and really good implementation in order to really work well. So back then, I didn't have the time to review my marketing. So here are my results. So in January, I went from 5% net profit, and then last May, that increased to 25%. And then my average revenue for about a year or so was about 5 to 6 grand on average, but last month we made almost 10, and this month we're already going to surpass that. And also my relationships with my clients are so much better. Because now I can just go there all refreshed before I go to workout. It's like just say hi, and the relationship is more clean instead of, there comes drama when you're working with clients. So I definitely don't miss that. And then when I had my part-time virtual admin, it was working fine. But now that we're so much busier, now I'm training a full-time admin to be in office so that I can delegate, just like what Alan and Dick was talking about. And then the other thing that we did, just last week, my husband and I decided to go on a road trip to Portland. I probably wouldn't have been able to do that if I was still training. I couldn't just plan a trip and take off. And these are some of the pictures that we took. This is Crater Lake, and that's Mount Shasta Lake. And I'm also now able to focus on driving my relationships deeper with my referral networking partners. I think most of you were probably at the call, the mastermind call, where we talk about referral networking. And now I'm taking Certified Networker with the Referral Institute, and I've just seen how powerful it is if you can leverage those contacts. And then this is the biggest benefit of it all is now, before I used to get 2 to 3 clients, and now I get about 8 to 10 clients a month, and that results to about $7,000 to $14,000 a month in new membership sales. So, yeah. Thank you.